Man, can you smell that in the air? Training camp is back this year, and I'm excited more so than ever because, man, the Eagles look revamped, revitalized, and man, we are reloaded. So let's get into the Eagles and the first day and see how things laid out because it was a wondrous day for our Philadelphia Eagles. What's up? It's your boy Cintron coming back at you with another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. We're going to start out as we do every time with the Jalen Hurts watch. So how did Eagles quarterback perform in first training camp practice? He was fucking lights out, man. I'll tell you that. Because we had a problem with how he performed, or I would say most of the media had a problem with how he performed in spring practices, OTAs, mini camps. He wasn't looking so sharp. And let's be real. He was acclimating to a new offense. Kellen Moore is a new offensive coordinator this year. BJ is out. Nope. Jays, we're getting more. Anyways, it's going to take some adjustment to get used to things. And this was just the first day, but man, it was almost night and day looking at his performance because he went 15 of 16, one incompletion, and that happened to be a drop ball by Smitty. And he hit him around the number, so that was squarely on him. Other than that, he was lights out. So the motto was getting it, the ball out of his hands quick, fast, and in a hurry. He was dumping balls off to Saquon, something he was reticent to do last year. And he was hitting Campbell, had a good relationship with him, so he solidly looks like the number 3 at this point, but it's the first day, so don't overblow that, but we'll see how things, portray out over the course of what we got, 3-4 weeks here. But QB1 looks revitalized, and he looks like he's going to have some quick answer solutions. So motion was the name of the game. We saw, Dallas Goedert and Smitty and even, what's his name? Saquon Barkley coming over from the wing, took his running back position and taking a snap. But, just happy to see that, just ad nauseum, just hitting him. And I know the offense is vanilla, but it's so encouraging to see this, after Nick, I call him Sick Niriani, because he was so stubborn about having change. He said, oh, well, it's not something that we're going to focus on. It's about the nuts and bolts. And, bruh, when we did it last year, we were highly successful at motion plays, and we just involved it in a modicum. We had team panicking. Look at the Jets game, when we, had the motions and stuff. We're causing teams to shit their pants. And we're actually having real live motions that are, hiding other routes, hitting, these teams with 3 layers of attack. What? Who would have thought? So I'm loving what Kellen Moore is bringing to our offense, and I think what he's going to be able to do so adeptly is merge what we were doing last year and, make it look analogous, make it look the same, and run so many different looks out of the same look and just cause defense to have conniptions because we have good offensive personnel groupings. Grant Calcaterra was getting involved today, so maybe he might be tight end too. We'll see if he's improving his blocking, but if he even shows a modicum of that, watch out, man. That's the guy that we were looking to, wanted to show up last year, but he was still acclimating. He caught only, I think, a handful of balls last year. I think 5 for 81 yards when he had, I think, much better production his first year, his rookie year. So Jalen was on one touchdown, no interceptions, everything mostly short. So Kellen Moore's offense, you naturally take the long shots. The intermediate and short stuff, it's just all the routes are developed to work in cohesion, work in unison. So don't have to force things. There'll be times where you take your shots, but it will be diametrically opposed to the offense we had last year, where we were just trying to manufacture those deep plays, forcing them to happen like they did in 2022. But teams were playing us differently, so we didn't acclimate. That was on us. We were just trying to force the talent on people's throat, and they were like, "Nah, we got beta blockers from that, man." But anyways, man, Jalen Hurts was lights out, man. We'll see if that continues because he had a hot start to training camp last year, and he kind of faded down the stretch, but. I think that was more defense acclimating to our boring vanilla-ass plays, so we'll see how it goes. But the training camp, game ball, A.J. Brown, man. What can Brown do for you? Seemingly motherfucking everything. So he looks to be dominant once again in 2024. The routes, the combat route, it looks like the automatic instead of, last year with the slants. I'm sure that still is, go-to, but He'll be running those from the inside and the exterior, and so will other receivers, and they should be pretty much automatic. But he looks to be getting better, which is crazy because he's had back-to-back 1,400-yard seasons and blew the doors off of Mike Quick's receiving record of 1,400, I think 8 yards, 1,496 the first year, and then 14 maybe 50 or so this past year. I think still top 5 in the league, or top 10 at least, in receiving touchdowns, given that we're reticent to use our receivers in the red zone. So, I mean, just the guy is consistent. And I agree. We might be watching a Hall of Fame career in the making because the guy is money. We go to him because we can trust him reliable. Like he said in the article, like, things just look so easy going to AJ. Just get it to him over the middle, uses that frame, the big body, shield, guys away. He's, I almost say deceptively fast because he runs a 4.4, but people sleep on his deep speed, for him being so big, 6 foot, 226, chiseled Adonis, faster than T.O., but, yeah, man, I'm so glad that we have him, at one receiver position, Devontae at another, but him and another guy that was shocking, to see that he won the defensive game ball, Alex Hunt, because I'm liable to go with pundits on this, so I'm like, he is not going to have a footprint this year. He's going to be like paperless, off the documents, off the registry. He's going to be an undocumented guy, no migrant, but he did migrate from the college ranks to the pros. But anyways, like, we're not counting on him this year, but he could still provide some production because apparently he's breaking through the O-line, and granted it was with the second team, but you want to see him go up against Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata and see how he runs up against him. But he's solid up against the run, something that we're not sure that Josh Sweat is cut out to do, which I think he can. But yeah, he had a down year last year, but who didn't in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform? And Bryce Huff, we haven't seen him do it over a long protracted period. So question marks. But Alex Hunt, he could be a big edge, sit the edge type guy, and be one of our best, if not our best, coverage edge defender already, because he's a former safety. Screw into that body. Pause. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm surprised to hear his name, but it wouldn't be surprised, even though he played at Houston Christian, that he's ready to play amongst an assortment of guys and not be the star guy counted on. He can just be the guy that sneaks up on you and takes you out like he's Jason. Friday the 13th. Talked about that with the kids and students today, but anyway, horror stories. But yeah, I'd love to hear more from him and see if this is going to be a consistent theme over the course of the summer. But like I said, we will have to see, because the kid, he was a experimental 3rd round pick. Kind of like, oh yeah, he has measurables, and Vic Fangio vouched for the guy, liked him apparently, but we'll see how it plays out. All right. Anyways, let's go over the notes. And hey, Eagles 2024 training camp practice notes, day 1 football is back. So happy to hear that, man. Jimmy Kempinski, the love-hate relationship he knows something about that, I hold against him. But, because he's at the same time he's a homer, he's very pessimistic, which kind of rubs me the wrong way. But yeah, some injuries. Did not practice, so maybe it has happened at practice, lacerated toe. And Brett Toth, our depth guy, hamstring. I didn't even know he was still here, to be honest with you. I'm surprised, but doesn't sound too serious. But it could have happened on the slip and slide, slip and slide records. There with our kicker. Cooper DeJean, we covered it yesterday, but he's out with the hamstring a couple weeks. Sidney Brown on the pup list. Gottlieb not being counted on, but he could be a practice squad guy that shines. And Shaq Davis, don't count on making the roster, so negligible. But he just can't body. So here is the O-line: Jordan Mailata and Mekhi Becton taking the spot of Landon Dickerson, and it's not been ruled out that he's challenging Steen for the right guard job. Cam Jurgens at center, and right tackle Lane Johnson. So for me, this is surprising. Matt Sharpen, he has all of 3 snaps at tackle, and that happened at left tackle. To be honest with you, so they could be trying to cross-train him and see what he's worth out there. But he was a former 2nd-round pick of the Texans, so 33 starts, played in 79 games. He played for the Bengals on their playoff run a couple years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. So he has that experience, but most of it being at guard. But we'll see how that 4 years out. So 1,000 plus snaps at left guard, and several hundred at right guard. he's even somewhat tight end. He's got more experience at tight end than he does at tackle, so interesting. But like I said, Paris Campbell getting a lot of reps, and you know, he caught some balls in some tight coverage up against 2 balls up against what's the kid's name? Keely Ringo. So, you know, one fast guy against another fast guy. Campbell does win that race, 4.31 versus 4.36. I mean, they're highly contested. He still, you know, has yet to be seen in game time where he can produce. But with all those weapons around you, you should, you know, be like 7-Eleven, like Chris Hogan, Hogan's Heroes, open all day, as Reggie Bush dubbed him. So Grant Calcaterra took a few snaps with the first team, but mostly with the second team. He caught a nice ball from our backup quarterback, what's his name? Pickett. So, yeah. But at the first team defense, Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff, and Jalen Carter inside, Jordan Davis and Milton Williams. He's getting rotation at both first and second team, so I like that. Zach Bond and Devin White, I just want to say that because I like saying that. Anyways, Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers, and Devontae Maddox at slot because Cooper DeJean, he's out, so that kind of hurts our depth right now. As far as, you know, I would say our preparedness for him to start or get some challenge for some snaps early in the year. But Isaiah Rodgers rotated out 707s and 1111s. I think he took the first 1111 snaps and then the 707. Keely Ringo rotated in and then he rotated back out. Chauncey Garner and Reed Blankenship, he loved that defense. I mean, I like our second team unit too. Brandon Graham and Nolan Smith, Moro Jumbo, Marlon, not going to try that, but, you know, I always feel it. Milton Williams, again, not Williams. And you see, Jimmy, you're fucking up. Nicobe Dean and Ben Van Sumeren. So Ben had a nice, I think, it was a PBU on, I think, Grant Calcaterra. So I'm like, how did he get reps with the first team? Because it was going against Jalen. They just slipped him in there. Hey, if he becomes a player, man, I just love, you know, the player that he is. He ran that 4.45. Speedy guy is 240. I think he's like 6'1 or 6'2. So if the kid ever puts, you know, it together and gets the football IQ part of the equation, watch the fuck out. But second team cornerbacks here, Keely Ringo, Ida Ricks, and Quinion Mitchell. So Quinion in the slot, I like that because he's getting that experience there. We know he can be an outside corner, but he has rarely played in the inside. I'd like to see us get that into the repertoire in kind of a just-in-case basis because I'd love for Isaiah Rodgers to win the job and then Keely and Quinion to be the second team guys because I just think he's so sudden, so explosive. I think he'd be a great second corner playing opposite Darius Slay. And Eli Ricks, he got some rotation in, I think, with the first team as well. So, don't quote me on that, but yeah. So James Bradbury, interesting, and Tristan McCullum as the second safeties. Because we're kind of thin at safety, and I think if Cooper was in there solidly, I know that Avante would be getting those safety reps over James, I believe. Anyways, conflicting safeties by me there, but, you know, don't quote me on that. But hey man, I'm loving, you know, what we're hearing, what we're seeing, and I like that we're running the speed option drills with Hurts and Barkley because gonna put defenses in a conundrum. Hurts was looking like himself out there. He was darting and moving and shaking, you know, people. Took maybe one apparent sack, but I mean, other than that, man, he was out there looking like 2022 Jalen, the mint condition. Yeah, if he can, Kellen Moore can find a way to highlight Barkley in the pass game, he'll be the fourth option. But, you know, in his offense, he could do damage, he could do work. So, we didn't get to see CJGJ out there last time, but he's talking, yapping, has so much energy. Amazing. Punt returners, I mean, look like Britton Covey might be keeping his job. And I Smith out there muffing punts again, still moving, you know, continuing on into the carrying over from spring practice into summer. But Cooper, I'd love to see him out there, but he's injured right now. We'll see. But Mekhi Becton might still be challenging for that job. But hey, we'll get up out of here on that note. But a great day one recap. I think I've been on fire, so, you know, we'll see. But you're not even watching, you can make it to the end of the video. But it's all good because I love making these videos. I love talking about the stinking freaking Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll chunk this officially. But as always, it's Fly Eagles Fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching. Check me out at at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.